So welcome back, everyone. Now I didn't get the Series Magic spoilers, Ixalan spoilers, but today I got to today's. I'm just gonna combine them all into one. So Hazcon showed us our final planeswalker for this first set is Vraska Relic Seeker. Vraska Relic Seeker is 1 green, 1 black, 4 of any color for a 6 mana planeswalker altogether with 6 loyalty. So 6 for 6, we're about fine. +2, you may put a 2/2 black pirate creature into play with menace. Protects itself, gives a solid plus. Good card, a good ability all around for a plus. Her -3 destroys either a artifact, creature, or enchantment, and you get a treasure counter, which adds mana. Her -10 ultimate reduces a player's life, no matter what it is. It could be 1,000,000 to 1. And that's an ultimate worth talking about, folks. This is just a good planeswalker. There's nothing, it's not going to break the game or anything, but this is a good planeswalker. I mean, she covers all your bases. She protects herself with both a -3 to destroy something and a +2 that creates something. She's able to produce creatures, which producing creatures is always, I find, the better option for a lot of planeswalkers because you're getting a second body that can protect her if you don't have anything out in the field. Or if you just need to go in and attack, you can do attack with whatever creature you create, provided the token doesn't have 0, which I don't think there's been a planeswalker yet that creates 0 loyalty or 0 creatures. Wait. What's it to that? Technically it might have been the last Nissa that did it, but I digress. Anyway, so and then the -10. I mean, first off, the -10, she starts at 6 loyalty anyway, and she has a +2. That means in 2 turns you can get to 10 on the 3rd turn. And on the 3rd turn, you can do that ability. If you're running a black-green-red combo using any sort of burn spell, shock, lightning bolt, lightning strike, what have you, you will burn her. You will just kill your opponent outright. If you got any sort of flyer and they have no sort of evasion, you will kill them. If you use your pirate menace, guys, you will kill them. So it's an immensely powerful ultimate, but catch is you need at least 2 turns to get to there. And let's be clear, you have an ultimate like that is a giant bullseye on your head, folks. So that being said, also she's 6 mana. Usually once you get past the 5 mana or mana area, once you get into the 6, 7s, and 8s, and I think even 9 for Karn, you get into territories of planeswalkers that aren't always the best. But still, this is a solid planeswalker. Real good stuff. Okay, now you're going to have to... Whoop, I think I skipped it. 1 second. And there we are. The other mythic that got spoiled yesterday, Thursday, Vana, Butcher of Magan, or Megan. 1 white, 1 black, 3 of any color for a 4/4, Vigilance, Lifelink, Legendary Creature, Vampire Knight, Mythic Rare. You may tap this card, pay 7 life. Destroy target non-land permanent. Activate this only during your turn. So this needs to be, first off, it needs to be in a deck that actually has a decent amount of life gain to it. This is where the life gain strategies actually come into play. Shocker. But yeah, on its own, it's a 4/4 lifelink vigilance for 5 mana. That alone would be a rare card, honestly. That'd be a solid rare card. Hell, it might even just be an uncommon, a not very printed uncommon, but uncommon. But yeah, that pay 7 life and destroy target non-land permanent. Pretty much anything that's not a land dies, planeswalker or otherwise. So if you've got the life gain, and let's be clear, this card alone will gain you 4 of that 7 life in turn. So you can swing in, if they don't block, then you can immediately gain the life and, pay that, and you've only lost 3, assuming you haven't gained more life. And of course, the vampire strategy is also one that involves +1/+1 counters half the time. Ergo, it's not always a bad option. But really, I say it's not a bad option. However, it's still a little steep, just a little bit. It's not hugely steep, but it's still on the steep side. Now these next cards, these are really cool. Now we explained how they're taking transform cards in a new route. Now each of the transform cards in this set start as one thing, but always turn into a land, like a treasure cove of some kind. Or one is called Treasure Cove, I believe. But basically like a land of treasures. Like the map has led them there. Well, we've had just normal artifacts like a compass, a map. We had a ship turn into one. I think it's supposed to be like one of the vampire Conquistadora pirate ships that basically made land and settled. And now we have legendary enchantments that transform into legendary lands. So the first one is the black one, and it's a cycle. So we got red, green, blue, white, and black. And this is the black one. Black one is, and I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, Arguel's Bloodfast. One black, one of any color. Legendary enchantment. You may pay one black and one of any color. Also pay 2 life and draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 5 or less life, you may transform Arguel. I think it's Arguel's Blood Pact. Arguel's Blood Pact transforms into Temple of Azeroth. Temple of Azeroth. Or Bloodfast, sorry. Now you may add 1 black mana to your mana pool. Sacrifice a creature, you gain life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness. So, the second half of the card I think is awesome, honestly. I actually think it's really, really good. The requirement for getting there, though, whew, man, that's a hefty, because you need to have at most 5 life. That's the most you can have to turn that into there. Once you get that and you got like a lot of decent creatures on the field, you can regain that life. Problem is, once you're at that point in the game, if you're going up against, say, like, hell, I think Pirates would be able to get through that strategy. Dinosaurs would be an issue, especially since a lot of them get trample. Anyone with a burn strategy could easily get around that. And if you don't have creatures, that land immediately becomes useless. So, while I like it, I feel this one's slightly on the weaker side. That being said, the paying 2 and drawing a card, that's still nice. You're getting, you don't have to, you don't, the beauty of these cards also is that they say you may transform the card. You don't have to, which means you could actually just use this as the enchantment. And if you have a life gain strategy, which you most likely do with vampires, then this card immediately becomes a lot better. Especially, using in conjunction with, say, the 4/4 Mythic we just went over. So, as the enchantment, I actually like it. And as the land, I like it. But the requirement to get to the land, not so much. That's the thing I'm not a big fan of. But one other catch-22 I like about these cards is that because the land and the enchantment are 2 different cards, you can theoretically have both of them on the field. They are 2 different cards by 2 different names. One's a legendary land, one's a legendary enchantment with 2 completely different names. They're not the same card. So you could have both of these cards on the field at the same time, theoretically speaking. We'll get to the other 2 as we get to them. But moving on, we're going to go over a dinosaur now. Ravenous Daggertooth is a 3/2, 1 a green and 2 of any color. Enrage, whenever Daggertooth is dealt damage, you gain 2 life. Very basic, it's common. It's alright. I don't mind it. I'm certain you'll get at least 1 or 2 life gains out of it. So you're pretty much playing, at that point, then you're at the minimum playing it. At minimum, you're more or less playing a 3/2 that gains you 2 life at some point. That's not bad. That's not bad. Especially just for a 3-drop. That's okay. But you want to talk about a better 3-drop? We have Ranging Raptors. 1 green, 2 of any color for a 2/3 dinosaur. Enrage. Whenever Ranging Raptors is dealt damage, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle your library. That one was passable. This one's solid. Because you're at least getting 1 free land out of this. You play it on. You're obviously going to probably play it on turn 3, maybe turn 2 if you're lucky. But I mean, right off the bat, it's going to be swinging in. It's the key difference between them is the power and toughness. Sorry, they're both the same mana cost, but the power and toughness is the key difference. A 3/2 is not going to last as long as a 2/3. Your toughness is always going to give you more outs and longer lasting in fight. And when you have an effect that says when you get dealt damage, we're going to basically give you free lands. Yeah, a solid card. Going to be a must for the dinosaur decks. At least 2 of these guys in your deck because they're going to get you at least 1 land, maybe more. Going on to more dinosaur, we have Raptor Hatchling. You look at the card again. I spoke about this recently. I may have found a way to actually put like the screen up on like what I'm seeing on the screen, but I'm gonna have to go over with a Mark about that because I think there's a better way to go about it. Because according to what I'm looking at, I might have to pay for it, and that's stupid. I'm certain there's actual functions that let me do that. Anyway, Raptor Hatchling is a 1/1 for 2, 1 red, 1 of any color. With Enrage, whenever it is dealt damage, create a 3/3 dinosaur creature token with trample. Now, on the whole, you may be thinking, well, you're more or less playing 2 for 3/3 trampler, which in and of itself is great. Here's the thing, though. Sorry, I'm hearing a car. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be my dad playing. He's out right now. He should be back sometime in the hour, maybe 2. Hopefully, he's playing cards. So hopefully, yeah. But here's the thing, and I'm going to go over to another card real quick to explain the thing. Where is that the thing I'm talking about? There it is. So we have cards like Dinosaur Stampede, which gives attacking creatures +2/+0 until the end of turn. However, we also have cards like, let's see here, we also have cards like a Dinosaur Lord, which gives other dinosaurs +1/+1. Moving on, we have, I know that a card was shown recently that gives like +1 or +2/+2 or +1/+1. Where are you, damn it? Darn it, I know you're here. I know you're here. I know you're here. I know you're here. Arg, rar. I know there's cards that put +1/+1 cards on creatures. That's right. We had the dinosaur card that that does that too. So yeah, as long as you have a pump spell with this guy right here, this Raptor Hatchling, you can in theory get more than one use out of him. But most likely scenario, he's just going to swing in, hit for 1 the first time you play him, and then maybe hit for... Actually, it's going to be interesting because there's going to be people, at least in the beginning game, if you get to play this card, people aren't going to want to block it immediately because in early game, you're probably not going to have nothing better than a 2/2, maybe a 2/3. On rare occasions, a 3/3. And if you if you block it, then you're immediately trading your little 1/1 thing that's pinging for a 3/3 trample. That's going to be a problem. So yeah, this card is actually something you need to be careful about. Commune with dinosaurs. 1 green sorcery rare or common. Sorry. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a dinosaur card or land card from among them. Put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. It's a short spell. You're going to get a land or a dinosaur regardless. So yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's going to be a big thing for the dinosaur decks. 2 green. 2 of any color for Grazing Whiptail, which is nothing more than a 3/4 dinosaur with reach. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. We need cards like this. It's not bad either. It's just perfect. It's a solid, just common. It's going to be one of those things that you're going to carry 1 or 2 in your dinosaur deck because it has reach. Not many dinosaurs right now, as far as I can tell, have reach. Do we have a white dinosaur that has reach right now? Chart a course. 1 blue, 1 of any color for a sorcery, uncommon, draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attacked with a creature this turn. Because of how fucking easy it is to to attack with a creature, this is one of the most aggressive blue cards I have seen to date. At least in this set. I'm like, hey, I'm going to swing in with my Raptor Hatchling. Oh, it died? All right. At the beginning of my end step, I'm going to draw 2 cards for that. So, yeah, this is great. And even then, and I heard Wedge talk about it on the Monosaurus, it's like, there's nothing wrong with drawing a card and then discarding a card. Because you're not discarding the card, then drawing the card. That's the best thing ever. So, yeah, this card's great. Absolutely. You can bet your ass I'll be playing with it. Skittering Heartstopper. 1 black for a 1/2 insect. Common. Pay a black, it gains Death Touch till the end of turn. It's fine. You can play... Actually, it's not just fine. It's actually pretty decent. You can play it, drop it on turn 1. It's got a butt on it. It's got a 1/2 butt, so for 1, which means it can block the little 1-droppers. Then you can just have a black on the standby if you need it and give it Death Touch. It's solid. It's cool. Like it. Fell Flagship. 3 of any color for a 3/3 artifact vehicle. Rare. Pirates you control get +1/+0. So right off the bat, there's a pirate lord kind of right there. Whenever Fell Flagship deals combat damage to a creature, or to a player, that player discards a card. Crew for 3. You can't get any more solid than this. There's no downside to this card. There's nothing negative about it. It's a 3/3, 4/3 that crews for 3 on no denominated colors. So there's no downside in that whatsoever. Then you have the fact that you're giving your pirates a boost, assuming you're playing on a pirate deck, which you must be. And then if this card ever does get damaged on the opponent, they discard a card. So it's a solid card. The pirate deck's going to want to use this. Next we have, one second, Growing Rights of Italimok. Now, legendary enchantment, 1 green, 2 of any color. When Growing Rights of Italimok enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures, transform this card. I'm not going to try to draw it. Growing Rights of Ixalan. Ixalan, Cradle of Sun. Legendary land. Tap, add a force to your mana pool. Tap, add a force to your mana pool for each creature you control. Now, this is actually a card that exists already. I can't remember the name of it. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. The land itself is bonkers. It's great. It's fantastic. You're going to want to use it anytime you have it. The front side of the card is also really solid. You play it, you're going to be able to look at the top 4 cards. You can take a creature from them and put it into your hand. Going to be usable in the Dinosaur deck. It's going to be a big user, actually, in the Dinosaur deck. Because it's going to produce mana when it transforms. It can search when it comes out initially. And it's all around good. And even if you're not using it in the Dinosaur deck, it's still all around solid good card for any green strategy, any search, if you need to search at all. Speaking of dinosaurs, or cards that are good in the Dinosaur deck, Otepec Huntmaster, one red, 1 of any color for a 1/2 human shaman, uncommon. Dinosaur spells you cost cast 1 less to cast. Tap this card. Target dinosaur gains haste until the end of turn. It's goblin. Was it dragon shaman or something like that? It's the goblin from. Well, there's dragon shaman. It's not quite dragon shaman. First off, it's a lot cheaper, therefore it's technically better. No, it's the goblin that we got in. I think it was Dragons of Tarkir that basically did this exact same thing minus the haste. So yeah, it's perfect. You're going to need to use this in a Dinosaur deck. At least 2 copies, maybe 3. Stormfleet Spy, 1 blue, 2 of any color for a human pirate, uncommon, 2/2. With Raid. When it enters the battlefield, if you attacked with a creature, draw a card. See, here's the thing I'm not liking about some of these Raid cards, is that you play it, you only get the Raid ability when it enters the battlefield. Therefore, you're only getting a one-time effect, and then you have nothing more than a creature on the battlefield that's doing nothing. It has no abilities whatsoever. And all you're getting out of this one is a 2/2 for 3. Now, granted, this one draws you a card at least. So, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad at all. You're drawing a card. You got a 2/2 body for 3. You just have to attack, which is not hard. So, it's not terrible. It's just kind of underwhelming to me. Thundering Spineback is a 5/5 for 2 green and 5 of any color, 7 mana. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. You may pay 5 and 1 green, so 6 mana, to create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. It's good. You might run 1 though. It's so expensive, and so far we've seen a lot of other dinosaurs that are generally better. Regisaur is better. He's cheaper. Obviously, Gishoth is going to be a big guy in those decks, so he's going to be a big thing. Carnage Tyrant, I'd say, is better than this. That being said, this card's not terrible. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good, honestly. But you're only going to run 1 copy, which is sad because you would think a Dinosaur Lord. Well, to be fair, you think a Dinosaur Lord would be a Dinosaur Lord, so it would be probably this expensive. Lookout's Dispersal. 1 blue, 2 of any color for an uncommon instant. Costs 1 less to cast if you control a pirate. Counter target spell unless its controller plays 4. So it's Mana Leak or Mana Drain. Oh god, you know exactly which card I'm talking about. It's pretty much it's gonna be the staple in the pirate decks. It's fine in the pirate decks too, but it only gets its full value when it's in the pirate deck. Otherwise, it's still solid, but not quite as solid. Legion Conquistador. 1 white, 2 of any color for a 2/2 vampire soldier. When it enters the battlefield, it may search your library for any number of cards named Legion Conquistador. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. This is a long line of Sylvan Elves. It was Sylvan Elves. I think there was one with a cat, worms. Basically, the cards that search for all their copies. This is basically just another in a long line of those. And you know what? That's not terrible. Guarantees you have cards. Getting to the end, or getting to near the end here today. Rampaging Ferocidon was the rare was spoiled on the mothership today. 1 red, 2 of any color for a dinosaur. Rare. 3/3. Menace. Players can't gain life. right off the bat. Well, fuck. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Rampaging Ferocidon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. This is... Look, I get it to some extent, but you want to talk about a hate bear on everyone. This is a hate bear on everyone. The only card I can think of, and I'm sure that this card isn't the only one that has this ability, is... or I'm more or less certain it's probably not the only one. It might be. Platinum Imperium is the only thing I can think of that makes this kind of fun for me, because Platinum Imperium, for those of you who don't remember, is an 8/8 for 8 mythic rare from Scars of Mirrodin that says your life points can't change. Your life total does not change no matter what. So at that point, then, hey, I'm just going to bring out all my stuff while you're losing stuff as it comes out. I'm going to play more of these guys. I'm just going to play all 4 copies of my Raging Ferocidon while it comes out. And then, for every creature you play, you're only going to lose 4 life. Now, this thing can still die to Lightning Strike, another removal. But still, I don't think it's personally amazing. It's not bad, though. But that's just my personal opinion. Dinosaur Stampede, 1 red, 2 of any color for a uncommon. Instant. Attacking creatures get +2 until the end of turn. Dinosaurs you control gain trample to the end of turn. Solid's going to be very usable in the dinosaur decks. It's just a solid card all around. Ryle, 1 red, sorcery. Deals 1 damage to target creature you control. That creature gains trample to the end of turn and you draw a card. Obviously used to kick off things like Enrage, and with some of the guys we got who have Enrage, that's a big deal. We haven't seen a mythic rare Enrage creature yet, as far as I can recall. But I'm certain one's probably out there somewhere. Anyway, because I think besides Vraska, we still are short, I think, 1 green card, but we'll wait and see. Here, search for Azkanata. 1 blue, 1 of any color. Legendary enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into the graveyard. Then, if you have 7 or more cards into your graveyard, you may transform search for Azkanata. Azkanata, the Sunken Ruin. Legendary land, add 1 blue to your mana pool. You may pay 2 and 1 blue and tap this card. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So, this is actually one of the easiest, along with the green one, this is one of the easiest costs to transform I've seen. Because it's not hard to get 7 cards in the graveyard. Again, it's one of those things you have to be in the right deck. You got to be running some, like, Planeswalkers. Have fun looking for your Planeswalkers. It's a non-creature, non-land card. Artifacts, enchantments, there you go. I mean, so really the only thing you can't look for is creatures. So this card's not going to be useful in a heavy creature deck, but in the decks that aren't heavy creatures, or decks this card's being specifically put into, yeah, this card's great. This card's amazing. All these lands are honestly pretty solid. I'm interested to see what the white and the red one's going to look like. Or maybe we'll even get like an uncommon one. That'd be pretty cool. Or an uncommon, a multicolor one. That'd be kind of fun. Merfolk Branchwalker. 1 a green, 1 of any color. For a 2/1, Merfolk Scout, when it enters the battlefield, explore. I'm not going to bother going over it again. And for what it is, this is a solid card. At worst, you're going to still have a 2/1 for 2. At best, you have a 3/2 for 1. Bishop of the Bloodstain. 2 black, 3 of any color for an uncommon Vampire Cleric. 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life for each vampire you control. And seeing that vampire tokens are showing up as a thing in this set, this is a scary card. You even have 3 vampires on the field. That's immediately 3 life they lose just by this card coming out. Also, it's a 3/3 for, it's a 3/3 for 5, so it's admittedly, it is expensive and it doesn't do anything after that. But if you're in the vampire strategy, if you got the tokens generating, this card could be a problem very quickly. Last but not least, we got Lurking Chupacabra. We have Chupacabras now, but they're beast horrors, which is sad. 1 black, 3 of any color for a 2/3 beast horror. Fuck it. We want for a creature type, Chupacabra. That's all I'm going to call it now. Whenever a creature you control explores, target creature an opponent controls gets -2 until the end of turn. Ugh. Too much talking. It's not bad, but the problem is it needs to be in a deck that's using Explorer. And as far as I've seen right now, all I've been seeing with the Explorer cards is green cards. Hold on, I'm going through these right now. I think I might have seen a black one. But right now it's escaping me if we got a black one. Because there'd be a giant wall of text attached to it as well. Okay, no. Nope. By the way, call to the feast creates three white vampire tokens. Still trying to find something that's not green that explores. I'm going to even look at the cards that were spoiled that haven't been officially spoiled yet. From the leaks right now, they're still up on MTG Salvation. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, we do have a human pirate that explores. All right, a black human pirate that explores. We do have one. But right now, that's one. Now, granted, I'm certain there'll be more cards that'll show up that'll have it, and plus we got a whole other set. But to be in all honesty, the amount of cards I see that actually have Explore, it's mostly the green cards that do it. So I'm not certain. I mean, black and green seem to be the only ones that have that at the moment, but we'll wait to see. Maybe we'll see some in red. Maybe we'll see some in blue. Maybe all of them will get it. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Anyway, though, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review of it at some point. Ideas of who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do in the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to it at some point. Speaking of what ifs, because there's no Dragon Ball Super this week, Rick and Morty and box office will be up because Rick and Morty comes back on Sunday. I pretty much decided, you know what? Screw it. I still need to cycle through a bunch of old what ifs before I can get to any of the new ones. Old ones that I've left hanging and new suggestions. I'm going to make this the weekend of what ifs. I'm going to just cycle through all the old ones to do. So expect a lot of what ifs to come out over the next 2 days. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you folks next time.